So we're going to install FileMaker Server 19.3.1.47. So you go to the updates, release notes, and here you have a look at server, and you cannot download the update because it's a full install. So you click on view, it takes you to release notes. You can have a look at this. In my case, I'm going to click on Claris Customer Console, Downloads, and here we go to Software Download. We select FileMaker Server 19 and download for Mac. Once the DMG finishes, you will see this. But first, we need to uninstall our previous version. So we go into our library. We look for. This is only if you have installed already FileMaker Server. So we go here, we go on to uninstall. Yes. If this is the first time you're going to install FileMaker Server, don't worry about this step. It's just that I have to do this. So we'll take a look at this, and well, normally it just deletes most of the folders, and we get this message that is finished. Okay. But in my case, I'm going to delete all of this. Okay, you don't need to do. What I'm going to do is just, I'm going to start from a fresh in install. So I have here my databases. So let's move them. I already have stopped all services on my server before I uninstall. So what I'm going to do is delete my FileMaker Server library. Just be careful because I assume that you already done your backups and closed your services and all of that. So this is my case because we're doing a quick install. So this is the first time you're going to install FileMaker. You can start from this point, and let's begin. So basically it's just double click on this icon, allow. In case you're updating your FileMaker Server, if you've just double click on this, it's going to tell you that you need to this version, the 19.3.1.47, is a new install, so you have to uninstall your server. You don't need to erase your libraries, just I want to start from a new install. So okay, continue, agree. Okay, we're not going to go into detail of well, basically this is the primary machine. Once you install this one, you can install a secondary machine, but you need to install your primary machine first. We have some videos about doing this. It's in Spanish, but for now I just select this section, continue. Okay, just leave this as it is. Don't change as a different username. Don't change this to a username. This is for advanced users. So just leave this this way. FM server, continue, and you type the name that purchased the license. You type this in this place, and you click on continue. Okay, just pay attention on this part. You're going to type here your admin console name and password. So write this down on a safe place. So in my case, just below you need to type 4-digit PIN. In case you need to reset the admin console as well, just place this 4-digit PIN on a safe place and click on continue. Install. Well, basically I'm doing this video because I've done it already in Spanish, but I've noticed that in this new version, 47, in this new version 19.3.1.47, when I upgraded, I had already done the SSL for my server and it was working fine. And once I finished my install, well, I had a different folder, a few things changed. So basically I'm going to start from scratch, and it's really simple. I think this time is easier than before in the previous version, because before you had to use terminal, now you don't have to. So we have It says install successfully, launch. Type your FileMaker Server admin and password for this, the one you saved in a safe place, and then sign in. Here, for now, we're going to use Claris default certificate, save, I accept the risk. Databases, we're going to close this, and once we see that it's closed, we're going to remove the database from our list of the sample. We're going to use it. Okay, so it's this way now, and now we head on to so now we need to close and eject the install. If you go into your library, we're going to come here quite a bit. So we head on to FileMaker Server, and here, if you're new to FileMaker Server, you have basically the only ones you're going to come quite often is data and CStore. In data, you find your databases. This was our sample database that we just removed because we're not going to use it. This is the sample database that FileMaker starts from as default. I'm just going to select and delete, move to trash. Just don't do this. It's just the only time you need to do this. And here you have CStore, and this changed a bit from the previous version. Well, on my I've done this before, just like an hour ago. I just want to make this video, so I had another folder. I wish I had taken a screenshot, but I had another folder with here was my previous settings for my SSL certificate. So well, we start from this section, and what do you need to do first? This is your dashboard. At the moment, we don't have any databases or SSL certificate installed. It's just the default Claris certificate installed. The first thing we're going to do is, well, there are many ways to upload your databases, but in my case, what I'm going to do is go to data, databases, and I had my backup that I did before. So basically, I'm going to select this. So I'm going to put it in this folder. And now we just go into databases, and you will see them here, but this icon is showing you that they are closed. So just select here, open all. Once this icon turns blue, it means that each database is open. If you want, and you don't want to, you don't have an SSL, you could check your local network, and you can start now. They are working. You can test your databases, but the only thing you'll notice is that the SSL certificate at the top right hand corner, I think, is a red lock icon. This means that if you're planning to use your databases on a one network, it's going to flag it as a security risk. So now, from this minute, we're going to start installing our SSL certificate. I've done this video quite a few times before. I'm sure this time is going to be easier because they've changed the way you connect to your SSL. It's much easier. Before you had to use terminal. First, you need to purchase an SSL certificate. You don't have to do it from GoDaddy. It's quite expensive compared to others, but we already have a certificate with GoDaddy. So what you have to do is we get into config, and we go into the SSL certificate, and here we have our first change from our previous version. We didn't have this before. I'm going to show you, but I'm going to open my library. Remember the two folders I told you before. So in library, in your hard disk, you have FileMaker Server and these two. As I said before, you had databases and you have CStore. Here on CStore, I want you to place close attention to here in CStore. Just remember that at the moment we only have the server.pem, no more certificates. So here we're going to generate our CSR, but just click on create CSR. This is way easier than the previous version. It was on this is very simple now. So you just type your SSL domain name. I mean, this is the domain you purchased your SSL certificate. So if I go to, well, let's quickly go to, in my case, GoDaddy. You need to purchase an SSL certificate. Well, first you need to purchase a domain, and then from that domain you need to purchase an SSL certificate. I've done the basic certificate. I mean, that's the, okay, here on the section and GoDaddy, you go into SSL certificates, and the one I purchased is just the standard SSL certificate. If you are planning on doing this, if you remember when we were doing the server install, we had the option to do an install for your web server. You need to purchase a wildcard SSL certificate. Here is quite expensive. So this is the one I purchased, but it's just for one domain. In my case, as this is my testing server, so this is fine. And then once you purchase your domain and SSL certificate, you go into your products, SSL certificates, manage, and here, before we go any further, we need to go into our server, and we're going to type the domain we purchased. This is important. Well, this you have to type it. I don't know why, but this section as well is very important. You need to write this down. It would be good if you write this down in the same place you wrote your admin for your FileMaker server. So here you type, this is the password we're going to refer to as the SSL password, just to have that clear. You type your password for your SSL certificate and you create. As well, this is different from before. CSR stands for Certificate Signing Request. So every time you see CSR is this. So this is a code that basically you have two options. You can select, as I did, and copy, or, well, it's very simple now, just select copy. Copy, and then we go back to our GoDaddy window that we had before. And here, as I already gotten a certificate, I have this window. Don't worry if you don't see this. What you need to do is key your certificate. I don't remember exactly when you purchase one, but in my case, I'm going to rekey my certificate. You might see this from your first, if it's the first time you purchase a certificate. So you look for this, the CSR, and you paste your add the change, and then you click on submit all changes. Okay, now you have to wait. Certificate request pending. You just need to wait a couple of minutes, and then you just refresh. You're going to get an email in the account that is registered for this for your GoDaddy account, and then you will see this window. You head into download certificate. Type other, download the zip file. Just let me check. When you click on download file, you're going to get in your download folder a folder. In my case, on my desktop, that is with the name of your domain. That's basically this is my domain that has the SSL. And if you double click, you have here 3 files. Move the PEM. I'm going to put it down. We need these 2. Basically, we need the CRT and now we get back to our FileMaker Server admin console. Close. And then we go into import custom certificate, and then the signed certificate. We're going to browse desktop in my case, because this I'm looking for the folder that I downloaded, and that's this one. And here I'm going to select the one with the long number, not the PEM, the CRT. Then upload. Leave this for a moment. Intermediate certificate, browse, and we're going to select the GD bundle CRT. Upload, and the private key, we need to go into our HT library, FileMaker Server, C store, and then you need to select the server request.pem. That is this one here that the server created at the beginning, that the server created a while ago. Remember that at the beginning we only had this one, and then it created these two. Sorry, we need to select the server key.pem, not the server request. We need to click on the server key.pem. So here on this list we select server key.pem, upload, and you should have 3 certificates. The one with the long number .crt, private key is the server key.pem, and the intermediate is the GD bundle. Our last step is to type the password for our SSL that I mentioned that you should keep as well on a private, that you should write down. So just type this down, and then you click on import, and then we have certificate imported successfully. Restart the FileMaker Server service or the background processes to apply the change. Okay, so here you have the information for your certificate. In my case, issued by GoDaddy. In case you need to delete your files, you can do it, I guess, from this place, or just start from scratch. I would guess this would be your best option. And what we're going to do now is we're going to close our databases, stop the database server. No one is using the services, so to start FileMaker Server you need to double click on this icon and then start database server. Databases, it's opening, see them opening, and if you check, basically that's it. You have, well, you can check with a different device. I've checked with my iPhone on 3G, and you should see at the top right hand corner the green lock icon. That is telling us that it's our SSL certificate. Our SSL certificate is working correctly. This was a simple install. I hope this helps. And if you like the video, please like the video and subscribe. If you want more content on FileMaker, I'm not too technical on FileMaker. I'm not basically, I do a lot of FileMaker, but it's in Spanish. If you like, can start more videos on FileMaker, just let me know in the comments if you would like to see more. That's it for now. Thanks.